morning, boys. Welcome to another beautiful episode. Today we are diving into radios. As you see here, I have the beautiful and new FlySky Noble NB4 Plus. And I got old trusty Futaba 7PX beside me. We're going to do a deep dive and see, do you need to spend sub $1,000 in 2024 to have a quality radio like the professionals? Or can you get away with something like this? Let's dive right into it, boys. Now, looking at radios, looking at controllers, whichever you want to use the term for, we have various options here. There's a ton of options in the market. There's a ton of brands. There's a ton of just things that you can choose. Style, performance, options, feel, just everything in general. When it comes to racing, when it comes to crawling, when it comes to just bashing, or anything to do with RC, you have so many choices, and that's one of the beautiful things about this industry. If you're looking to get into a radio in 2024 and you don't know quite where to go,
I've narrowed your choices down to 5 unthinkable options.
But you're seeing that they just came out with this radio, sub $300, and has all the features of the big boys like Futaba, Spectrum, Airtronics, and all of those. Is it worth it, or is it just a gimmick? Well, we got this radio probably a week ago now. I've been diving into it. I let my wife dive into it. We've driven her e-buggy with it. We've driven her 10th scale buggy with it. And we've driven a bunch of things with this thing and trying to feel it out, see what it's good at, see what it's bad at. I didn't jump on here and try to be one of the first people to make an initial unboxing or review video like that. This has been out of the box. This has been used in a car, and I want to bring you some first-hand experience, especially when we have experience with another radio like this that I've been using since this radio came out. This guy right here, the price point is very appealing. Like $299 for this thing. If you can get it on a deal or like use a coupon, you got $280 for this guy out the door. That's a steal. Feature packed. It has a beautiful rechargeable battery that comes with the remote. Comes with a beautiful little receiver right here. The receiver is a little tall, beautiful billet wheel with a scale brake caliber and rotor at the back of here, adding that scale realism and depth and just making the radio feel really quality. The aesthetics, they're there. They do everything for you and then some. We have a nice billet aluminum outside. We've got a milled edge here, adding that little bit of depth and niceness to it. We have a rubber grip on the bottom. Trigger is plastic. It seems like a two-piece trigger, so it could be adjusted depending on your thumb size. Looking phenomenal. It has a beautiful battery that you can take off and remove from the bottom. Everything is nice and heavy, but it's not too heavy. It's a nice weight. It's a good balance, and it feels great in the hand. It also is ambidextrous, so you can be left-handed or right-handed with just the pull of your finger. And that, there's something to say about that. The steering wheel feels solid. It feels crisp. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like it's going to give you a wrong input when you're applying for something and give you something you don't want. We have a nice gauge on the bottom of the radio to help tell you what degree you're putting your wheel at. So if you're very particular and you want to make sure you're putting this thing at 30 degrees on the dot every time, if you're sharing the radio, that's exactly what you can do. This is a wonderful unit for the price point, and I like it. I don't want to say I like it, but I like it, and it's a solid unit. My wife loves it. My wife's had a TRX4 controller, the normal Traxxas TQI controller before that. I've been with the Futaba one a lot, and she really fell in love with this radio. We're looking at them, which one to get her. We're going to get her a 10PX, and we're diving into stuff like this, and she was like, hey, what's wrong with this guy? Wife's always budget-minded and stuff like that, and I was like, honey, I don't know about that one. We saw Ryan Mayfield winning championships with this thing, and I was like, that might be worth giving it a shot. If you want it and that's what you want to do, we'll get it for you. And that's what we did, and guys, I'm not looking back. This thing is solid. Heading into our interface here, looking over the top.
Welcome to Noble Plus.
It's going to be the first screen when you go to cut this guy on. Here's going to be your first setting right here. You can see, I love how they're giving you tiny inputs right here as you turn the wheel. Let you know where you're set at and all that good stuff. Set your endpoints. There goes your trigger. It's just like, look how smooth it is. That is just amazing. I can be like 3% right here and hold it. All the way through, I love that. Diving into our menu right here, let's see what we got. Nice touch, nice feedback. We got reversing our systems right here. Easy to click this stuff, easy to change through the menus. Got a back button right there. Go to your models, select your model name, changing all this stuff right there. It's really an awesome system. Let you see all of your models you have. Let's see how many models we can have. Oh my goodness, 25 models, that's insane. custom main menu. You can change all that stuff. See where you want to move it on the main menu for your apps. I think that is phenomenal. So when you're looking right here, you can change everything you kind of want to see, guys, and that is awesome. You got little things right here. Servo view. You can change it to look bigger, see what you're doing. I really like this. You can lock the screen. So right now you can't touch anything. That's awesome. Then you unlock it, go back into our settings. It's kind of all the little apps we have right here. Shows your battery life at the top if your receiver's connected, your model. Different pages, got boat setting right here. I think that's really cool. Channel speed, mixes, ABS, engine cut, cruise, training mode. You can change how your display looks right here with your servo. I mean, guys, look at that. That is freaking awesome. Just like that, you're good. Marine light on here, and also tell you if it's like charging your remote. Just like that right there, I think that's awesome. Now, like I said, with the bottom, you do have the ability to remove this rechargeable battery pack that comes with the radio. Comes with the radio. I'm saying that because to get a removable battery for this guy, you have to spend an additional, say, $30, or if you buy the Futaba brand one, $60 on top of buying the radio. If not, you're relying on some AA's.
Come on now, dawg.
And you're spending $800 on a radio. Do you really want to use AA's with your radio?
Boring.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And I'm not sponsored by Noble. I'm not getting paid to do this. This is my honest opinion. You guys work very hard for your money, and I want to make sure you know exactly what you're spending your hard-earned money on. Beautiful battery pack right here. This is also billet aluminum. It's a 4,300 milliamp battery, which is a ton of life. It should last you at least a whole like race day, if not one and then some. Now, connecting this battery, it is a little tricky. That is my one complaint I have here. It's this guy like this. Make sure he is flush. You see the back, you're going to push down on this. It's going to be flush, and then you slide him forward. Gives you a nice feedback and lock in. I can wiggle this. There's no play. I can sit here and do all this stuff. It doesn't move anywhere. We have some adjustment on the side as well. These dials feel nice. They have a little click in them to let you know you're activating them and doing each one. The buttons give you a nice feedback when you press them. Trigger, it doesn't feel like it's too springy. It doesn't feel not enough springy. It's a very good trigger. You have a lanyard hook right here for when you're on the driver's stand or just outside doing things. Comes with 2 screen protectors right out of the box, and that is awesome. Diving into trusty 7PX here, this is not really a comparison as much as it is just telling you about the FlySky Noble, but this is something you need to note. So I got this radio, it came out, I don't know, 4-6 years ago now. It's a quality radio, I love this radio. But one thing we have to note to compare to it with the FlySky, if you want to adjust this wheel, you want to turn it, you want to angle it, do whichever you may, switch it to the other side and change it for left-hand ability. It's an involved process. Now, it's not something you can't do. If you work on RC cars yourself, you can definitely do it. And it can be a little scary for someone that, you know, just spent $800 on this, but wants it to be left-handed. Nice buttons, they give you good feedback. The wheel is very solid, gives you nice feedback as well. The trigger, also adjustable. There's nothing wrong with these radios. Futaba, Spectrum, Airtronics, KO Propo, there's nothing wrong with these. They're phenomenal radios, but their price is pretty substantial. You're almost spending what you're spending on a car for a radio, if not a little bit more, depending on if you're buying an RTR or you have a bunch of vehicles. I just spent all this money on this. Do I really need this radio? And guys, that's up to you. I don't know. I don't know what you're wanting, what you're looking to do. I know both these radios are phenomenal. There's many other radios out there that are also phenomenal and do amazing jobs. Everybody has their brand, their preference. Some people like Nike shoes, some people like Adidas, some like Vans. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just personal preference at the end of the day. Either way you go, with a nicer radio or a budget-friendly radio that still has all the features and packs a punch and looks like a sporty CTSV Cadillac at the end of the day, you're not going to go wrong with it. I don't feel you're going to have any issues with the Noble NB4 Plus. We haven't had any issues yet. If we do, I will update this video, drop a comment, and pin it. I will make a post on our social media page. But guys, it's been phenomenal. It's been an awesome radio. My wife loves it. I'm really liking it. And our buddy Justin loved it so much, he went ahead, sold his Futaba to our friend Matt, and bought one of these guys because he liked it so much. So there's something to be said for that, guys. These are a great price point for a radio. $299 for a radio with all of these features. And the rechargeable battery pack. I'm sorry, I know, Quade, you're stuck on this battery pack. I am stuck on the battery pack. You get one of these things, you have to use freaking AA's, or you have to spend another $30 to $60 if you get like a ProTech pack, or you get the Futaba pack or the Spectrum pack. Guys, that's crazy. I know you can be like, well, it's made in China, it's not the good quality, well, let's see how it holds up long term. That's fine, guys. Let's see how it holds up long term. Say this thing lasts a year, okay? You get $300 in it. Say this thing lasts 5 years, all right? You can literally buy 3 of these for what you can buy a 10PX right now, which is the newest Futaba radio. Just take that in consideration. That's something to be said right there. Even if the quality may be a little less over time with the interface or some of the electronics, the circuit boards, what have you, there's something to be said for that. One thing I want to dive into, these are expensive. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. The Nobles only use the new style receivers. They do not use the old FlySky receivers. I have an old one back there I got with a trade that I did. I haven't tried to use it yet. I will try and update you if that works. But to my knowledge, they only use the new FlySky receivers, which, you know, sucks if you already had a FlySky radio, but if you didn't, then hey, great, you can go ahead and pick up these. Alright, now I'm going to clown for this, but I do want to drop this knowledge in here since we're on a radio topic. It doesn't have to do nothing with that, so I apologize. But if you do it on a Futaba radio and you're like, dude, I really don't want to spend 60 bucks on a freaking receiver right now for my new rig, I might just use a stock radio, I got some news for you right here. This guy I'm holding up, $29.99. Okay, now this is a Corona 2.4 gigahertz compatible receiver, splash proof. Can't testify that one yet, but I have ran this in my VS410 Phoenix. I have ran this in my 8X Nitro Buggy, and I've had no issues. I literally ran a race with this receiver. No issues, no dropouts. Now, while we're on that Chinese quality topic, guys, it's just part of life. It's what we're having to deal with right now. There's a lot of remakes, there's a lot of replicas, and there's a lot of things that are good coming from this, such as the FlySky Noble NB4 Plus. I don't have any complaints. I'm super happy with the price point. I'm very happy with the quality. I'm very happy for what you get for your value and your money. Would I buy one of these? I was in the market for a radio / controller in 2024. I would buy it, click the button, send it to my door, and not think twice. I'm a little upset they came out with all these features and value for 300 bucks when, granted it was a couple years ago, but I spent $800 on this radio, and now the new ones are almost $1,000 to get one. So that's something to consider, guys, that you're getting the same features and arguably a little bit better quality, because this, it's all plastic. This, billet aluminum with a nice looking wheel. Crazy value, crazy to think. I love the thing. My wife loves it. We'll continue to use it. This is going to be hers for all of her cars. How if I was really in the fence and I was like, Futaba, Spectrum, Airtronics, KO Propo, FlySky. It's ultimately going to depend at the end of the day. It's like if you set a pair of Nikes beside each other and you set a pair of Vans beside each other. Guys, they're different shoes. They're going to do different things. You want to go running? You want to go skateboard? What do you want to do? What's your vibe? This is going to be an awesome radio. Any of these models like that, upper in the price range, these quality radios, they're going to be phenomenal and not give you any problems. Do you want to spend that initial investment? That's a call you're going to have to make for yourself. I can just give you my opinion. If you're looking for something budget with all the Cadillac features, look no further than the Noble NB4 Plus. I don't think you're going to regret it. I think you're going to love it. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you loved it. Drop a giant like on this thing. And if you're feeling a little frisky, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos like this, keeping you up to date on the newest stuff coming in the RC industry and letting you know honest feedback and opinions. I've never steered you guys wrong, and I promise I will never steer you guys wrong. Valuable source to get information from. I'm not sponsored by anybody but myself. I don't get paid to do this. I do this because I love you guys, and it is truly in my heart, and I have fun doing it. That's why I do this. Thank you, boys. Hope you have an awesome day, night, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. If you're going racing this weekend, drop a comment down below. Where are you guys going racing? I'm in the racing mood now, getting into the fall season. It's not as hot. Or are you going crawling or bashing? Let me know what you guys are doing this weekend. Drop a comment down below and help fight that YouTube algorithm. Love you guys. I will see you later.